And with that, hello everybody and welcome to March Madness Breakdown. Of course, we have got a lot to talk about tonight, but I'm telling you, I have got something really special at the end. So of course, we're going to start out by recapping the Final Four. Then of course, we have our question and answers time. Then I'll preview the National Championship game coming up in just about an hour and 14 minutes. And then, of course, like I've been saying, I got something special planned for y'all that was filmed today. So, folks, this is going to be fun. This is going to be one of the most fun streams that I'm going to have, because not only am I going to be talking about basketball, but I've got this special thing that I've got filmed, and I get to kind of give you a little insight into what was going on there. So, of course, I do want to mention, though, about a programming mistake I made. We're going to be busy on April 15th. So, so I wrongfully said that I had planned out a video. I'm going to move that to Thursday the 14th instead. So, of course, I'll give y'all any updates. Of course, that's still about 10 days away from the 14th, so that'd be college football wraparound for the spring games. Kind of, figure out what to do. One thing I do want to mention is we will be in Auburn this Saturday for that 8A game, or spring game. Of course, Auburn calls it the 8A game, just like Alabama calls it the 8A game. So, I may get some video down there, and if I do, it'd be kind of cool. Of course, kind of get to witness what's going on with Auburn, see how their transition's going. Of course, they've lost a lot. So, but let's not get into football tonight. Let's get into basketball, and let's talk about this Final Four. And I think what is going to be fun to see is the national championship. But of course, let's get into the Final Four. You had Kansas and Villanova in the first game of the day, and it was, it felt not very entertaining to watch. Villanova, they tried. You can just say they tried their hardest, but they were too hurt. They had too many injuries, too much stacked up against them, and Kansas just dominated the game, and Kansas made this look like it was too easy for them. And it was just one of those games where if you really went back and watched the game, Villanova never had a chance in that one. And Kansas Kansas, there's a reason why they're in the national championship, and that is they play good defense, and they make shots when they really need it. Now, of course, it's kind of sad seeing how poorly Villanova played against Kansas, but you got to look at Villanova's situation. They had a lot of injuries coming into that game, and you had just lost Justin Moore. It was going to be hard anyway, but I kind of expected them to get beat like they did, because they didn't really have a shot. So, of course, Kansas just overwhelmed them. Alright, so, of course, that was the not-so-great game. Of course, that was the perfect game to put in the early time slot, because the one they put in prime time, folks, prime time Saturday night, what a game. Mike Krzyzewski and the Duke Blue Devils against Hubert Davis and the North Carolina Tar Heels. And I'm telling you, This was the first time in the history of the March Madness that North Carolina and Duke played each other. And it came on Coach K's last game. North Carolina, an 8th seed, did the improbable, the impossible. They beat Duke. Now, why do I say that it was almost impossible? I mean, you got to consider it was a 8 seed going against a 2 in the Final Four. And most of the time when you see these lower seed, like very low seeds get to the Final Four, you don't ever see them get to the national championship. That's normally where their season is over. But Duke just, they couldn't shoot the ball very well, although they got 77 points in the game. They looked rattled. And, I mean, you could just tell that they were rattled because if you watch Paolo Banchero, the best player probably in college basketball this season, I mean, he played a lot of ISO, and he did score quite a bit, but it was hard shots to come by for him. And it was a hard game for Duke. And North Carolina, you just got to give them props. I mean, at one point, the star center of the team, Armando Bacot, ended up rolling. I think he hurt his ankle for a second, and then he had to get it. He was out for the game, out of the game for a couple minutes. And so he ended up coming back, and I'm telling you, I mean, that North Carolina team has a lot of fight in them. And I'm telling you, North Carolina has a shot to win this game against Kansas. And it's solely because of the performances of what you see from RJ Davis and what you see from Caleb Love. And then you've got Brady Manic. Oh my goodness. I mean, some of the shots he made Saturday night against Duke. I mean, you think about it. These are not easy shots. I mean, when you consider taking 3-pointers and you have a defender right in your face and you just shoot it over top of him. Now, honestly, you know, if I'm going to do the comparison game, Brady Manic to me looks a lot like Dirk Nowitzki. And the way he shoots the ball, Brady Manic does, it's got a lot of the same kind of shot form. It's a lot of the same shots that Dirk would take. It's a lot of threes, and then he's got a mid-range game. So, Brady Manic is another version of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, if you followed NBA basketball, a lot of people would know who Dirk Nowitzki is and know that he's one of the, I mean, he was a great player. He's one of the first real power forward or centers to really evolve into the three-point shooting type. Dirk was one of the people who kind of started that for the big men. So, you know, it was incredible to see, though, Brady Manic. And then Armando Bacot is only the best rebounder since, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you look at his rebounding, this dude has a knack for the basketball. And when you consider NBA teams, I mean, Armando Bacot is going to be a big-time player for an NBA team. He's going to be huge in the NBA. I mean, you consider his rebounding, it's going to be incredible. But this North Carolina team is an 8 seed, and they can become the second 8 seed in the history of college basketball to win the championship tonight Of course, the only other one doing that was Villanova in 1985 beating Georgetown. Long time ago, folks. It can happen again. All right. So now is the time where we coin it question and answers time. It's only one of the most favorite parts of the show from fans who get to ask questions to me live here on the show. So if you got any questions, and you know what? It doesn't have to be all about basketball. Ask me a question. What do you think? So, you know, put something in the chat. Give me a question. Of course, I am excited to see what you've got to ask. And then, of course, you can also ask me little questions about what is going to be my little special video at the end of tonight's stream. So, of course, I'm planning on letting this Q&A time go till 7:24. So you've got about 7 minutes to ask me questions, and then at 7:24 I've got to shift back into basketball. Of course, all right, here's a good one. What do you think about Colton's basketball skills in the gym today? Do I have to answer that? Oh, okay. I don't want to answer that. It was kind of painful though, to be honest. So, where do I stand to shoot from a third of the court? Let me think. Probably the 3-point line, I would say. Maybe. I'd have to think about that one. Colton says, hey, leave my basketball skills out of this. Colton. I hate to say this, but it was kind of painful. It was kind of painful, brother. It really was. And you know, I mean, I got a picture on my phone that is completely hilarious to how painful it was. So folks, he shot it, and it was such a bad shot that it... Okay, so if you remember basketball goals where they hang from the roof of the gym, you know that there are some of the bars on the outside part of it that go like in a V shape. Colton got the ball stuck between that at the top of the goal. I mean, it is hilarious, folks. I mean, you could never think that ever would happen again. All right. Chris Naylor says, are you sad Duke got beat? No. I'm sad for my bracket. My bracket has been busted, but, you know. I'm not sad, you know. I'm fine. But for my bracket, it kind of hurts. All right. So who is the best basketball player alive? Oh. That is hard. That's a matter of opinion, but if, you know, still living, it's going to be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the best. And no one's going to come close to Michael Jordan. No one at all. Colt Naylor says, I am the best basketball player in this chat. We'll see about that. And Colton said, I'm the best basketball player of all time. That we will have to see as well. And then Rad Rusty says, Colton Naylor, we beat y'all. LOL. So, and then Colton has a gasping emoji. Of course, keep sending in your comments. You know, there's a lot to dive into. But getting back to that best basketball player alive, let's see, Michael Jordan was the best. Number 2 would probably, and I know I may get a little bit of flack from some of you people here in the chat, but LeBron's the second best player of all time. I mean, I don't necessarily enjoy him as a person, you know, but, you know, LeBron is the second best player. LeBron, some of the passes he's made in his life, I mean, no one can make those passes. He's one of the best passers in the history of basketball. And then number 3, I don't know. It's a hard conversation right there. Who is the worst player of all time? If you're looking at NBA standards, probably Anthony Bennett. He was awful. He was awful. All right. Rad Rusty says, LeBron sucks. I'd say Kareem is my second. Okay, yeah. And here's the thing, though. This is the greatest part of just, like, civil conversation because, you know, everybody gets a chance to just, you know, you got your opinion, I got my opinion, and you know what? We can agree to disagree, you know? And so I would probably still say LeBron is the second best player of all time, but Kareem, yes. Kareem is in the top 5. I would probably put Magic Johnson as 3rd, then probably Kareem, and then probably Larry Bird. That is mine. So I'm going to put that in the chat right now so that y'all can see it. So that I can share it here on the screen. And you know, this is... And like I said, I knew I was going to get a little bit of flack for this, but so be it. So I've got that put in the chat right now. Okay, so I'll share that real quickly. So there is my top 5. So, of course, all right. So that's the top 5. But now I hate to say this, but Q&A time is over. It's time to preview the championship game. There we go. It's time to preview the championship. Thank you for all your comments, though. I do appreciate it. If we can keep up the comments like this every single stream, then this is going to be awesome. And also, I do want to mention out that I have kind of rearranged my my desk here. So as you can see, it's pretty nice. I like it this way. Of course, I moved the speaker to this side because I've added a radio. Little sentimental piece right there for you. Friends. Either way, previewing the national championship game coming up in about an hour, and I'm telling you, this game is going to be fun to watch. You've got North Carolina, who is going to try to shoot the lights out on Kansas, and Kansas is going to try to defend them as hard as possible. So, folks, North Carolina, they're going to really have to lean on Caleb Love and RJ Davis and, you know, Brady Manic. Armando Bacot's going to have to rebound a lot. For Kansas Kansas just got to Kansas. They've got to play good defense. They got to make shots. And after that, I mean, they just got to continue to play great basketball. Because if they can't continue to play great basketball, then they're not going to win. Nobody can win if they don't play great basketball in this tournament. And it shows because if you play good basketball, then in the regular season, you could win. But when it comes to this tournament, if you play good, it's not good enough. You have to play great in this tournament to win. Kentucky has figured that out. I mean, you look at Purdue. There's a whole list of teams that St. Peter's beat in this tournament that, you know what? They could really use, play great basketball. That's all it comes down to. You play good basketball, you're a decent team. Play great basketball, you got a chance to win. So, when you look at it, it's going to be incredible to see how this game goes tonight. But if I would put money down on this game, which I am not legally old enough to bet, plus I don't really care to bet, I think I'm going to go North Carolina in this. North Carolina has played scary basketball, folks. I'm going to go Carolina, even though they're an 8 seed. I think they're going to be the first 8 seed since Villanova to take home the title. And we cannot wait to see it tonight at 8:20. All right, folks. Now I have previewed the championship, and it is time for me to reveal what is going on next. And folks, I am excited about this. I have taken a rocketry class, as some of you may know. And we launched a rocket, this one in particular today. And guess what? I had a great friend who came up to, I kind of asked him, hey, would you mind videoing this? So folks, without a doubt, we have got a great clip here for you. Welcome. This is a rocket launch, and I'm going to keep my mic on so that y'all can hear me commentate this, because I cut the audio out of this and I've got some music in the background, but I wanted to be able to just tell y'all what's going on, because, honestly, it's just fun for me to be able to commentate something and give y'all an idea for what is going on here. So, I'm going to highlight the video, and as you can hear, I am still being able to y'all are still able to hear me. So here we go with the clip. Alright, so as you see me, I'm setting my rocket up so that I can launch it. Of course, as you can see right there, I'm placing the rocket on the tripod where I will soon launch it off. Right at the moment, what you're seeing is that I'm taking the cords that goes to the pipe, plugging it into the charge rocket. Of course, got some great friends with me. went out of vicinity, folks. It went out of your vicinity. And that is what you call a launch of a rocket. Now, I hope that it did play well. What I can do after I get done streaming this, I can go back and post this video just as rocket launch. So, if that's what y'all want, so that y'all can see it a little clearer. I know that that live streaming some parts of the video isn't, the screen isn't too clear, and then you got all the glitches and all. So, I can post that video to YouTube if y'all want it. So, of course, it was fun. That was the first launch I had. Of course, I had another launch. We did 2, and my second launch went well as well. I would say it went higher than the first one, in my opinion. But of course, that's just my opinion. And so, fun day, of course. I don't have anything else to talk about tonight. Of course, I do want to announce, though, that I do have some more videos coming up. April 11th is going to be Cooperdale Reports, which is next Monday. And then Thursday, which I already told y'all about, it will be College Football Wraparound, Thursday the 14th. And then, you go the next week, Friday, April 22nd. Well, I've gotten some good reviews about my Bible study, and well, here we go. Last part to the Come Back Together series, and it's been a good series, and I cannot say enough about how much I've gotten support about this, and, I just got to thank all those people that's, supported me along the way, because without the people supporting me, none of it's possible. So, just wanted to thank all of those people out there. And then, let's see, April 28th, Thursday, April 28th, and Friday, April 29th, the NFL Draft is back here on Savor Broadcast Network. You don't want to miss it, because it's going to be a great night of football commentary. I got some things lined up, I think. So, I'm not going to announce anything tonight, but I do have an idea for some stuff that I'm going to do. So, of course, it's going to be awesome. And so that's about as far as I want to go about any kind of video announcements tonight. But again, I want to thank all of y'all for watching this tonight. It has been fun talking about March Madness. And tonight, in less than an hour, North Carolina and Kansas for the title. Good night, everybody.